Very well. First of all, thank you for coming. Those who don't know me, my name is Litary Kindiki, CS for Interior, and I'm here with my colleagues from the ministry and from the security agencies. I have Nur Gabo, who is our Deputy Inspector General of in charge of the Administration Police, and is also the commander for Operation Maliza Uhalifu, which is taking place in 6 counties in northern Rift Valley, fighting bandits and getting rid of these criminals. I also have my colleagues from the county here, the county security and intelligence team, led by the county commissioner for Laikipia, Mr. Kanyiri, and the other heads of the various arms of security and intelligence in this county. We've spent the day here in Laikipia, most of the day, and we came here first and foremost to assess the progress as well as the challenges that we are facing in the operation, which, as you're aware, began on 13th of February 2023, and that is Operation Maliza Uhalifu. This operation is taking place in 6 counties of our country, including, or namely, Baringo, Laikipia, Samburu, Turkana, West Pokot, and Elgeyo Marakwet. I am glad to report that so far we have registered significant progress, and I want to take this opportunity while I'm here in Laikipia to thank County Commissioner and the County Security and Intelligence team, together with the officers, security officers who have been deployed here, for a job well done. I think so far we have managed to sustain an onslaught against armed criminals and bandits who have been terrorizing our people, killing people, injuring people, stealing their livestock for a very long time. And particularly, even as I come here today, I decided, rather than getting the briefs from the team here, I have had chance to proceed first to the operation area, and I've been able to assess the situation in some of the areas which we have gazetted as disturbed and dangerous, and we have also been able to visit one of the camps, the formed unit camps, which is the anti-stock theft unit camp in Naibor, and I particularly chose to land at Naibor as to camp to thank our officers from that camp, because 2-3 days ago they were able to procure a very successful recovery of livestock which had been stolen from one of the ranches in Laikipia North. And therefore, I went there first of all to thank those officers for the sacrifice and the commitment, and just to tell them that the government of Kenya appreciates what our officers in this operation are doing. Of course, that was a multi-agency effort, and therefore I must thank all the other formations that were part of that operation, where we had the National Police Service, we had the Rangers from the ranches, and we had the support, as usual, of our partners in this operation, the Kenya Defence Forces. We are very grateful on behalf of the government of Kenya. I'm very grateful to the team here in Laikipia, and especially the officers in the operation area for working seamlessly together in a multi-agency format to deliver peace, stability, and security for our people. In that particular incident that occurred, I think, on Friday night, 75 heads of cattle were stolen, had been stolen, and were recovered the following day. All of them, except 2, which in the exchange of fire were accidentally shot, but the entire flock was recovered, handed over to the owner happily the following day. Therefore, I went to Naibor this afternoon just to thank our officers and to show solidarity with them and to give them moral support. Once again, on behalf of the government of Kenya, we are grateful. These are the stories we want to hear. We want to hear more stories of bandits who have been defeated. We want to hear more stories of bandits whose effort has been thwarted and frustrated. We want to hear stories of recovery, and we want our people to enjoy their right to property without having to fear criminals. So I'm very grateful. So we have had that very good chit-chat with those officers. I have left them in very good, very high spirits. And I have delivered the message of the government of Kenya to all our officers across the country that in the coming weeks and months, we are upscaling the police equipment modernization program to great levels to provide even more sophisticated equipment for personal protection of our officers, equipment for aerial security operations, including unmanned vehicles, armored vehicles, including armored aircrafts, because we want to resolve the security problem of this country permanently so that we can move on to development and start catching up with first world countries that are pushing the agenda for roads and water, the agenda for trade and investment, the agenda for people-to-people integration, and we cannot be a modern 21st century country aiming to move to the first world if we have a small number of criminals terrorizing the rest of the population. I have given my assurance as your Minister for Security that we will defeat bandits. It doesn't matter how long it takes. And it's not going to take long, by the way. We will crush banditry and make it part of our history as a country. It's barbaric, it's primitive, it's backward. Permit a small group, a tiny minority of our people, to terrorize millions of people and hold back a whole region backwards. Roads. We could not be able to open roads in some of those areas. We could not send contractors to do water projects because they will be attacked by bandits. So I am happy to report a very good progress, and I must thank all the officers of the National Police Service, our friends and counterparts, officers from the Kenya Defence Forces, the National Police Service, the Rangers, and everybody, including communities that have helped us with useful intelligence. Number two, I've been able to assess one of the areas that I had gazetted as disturbed and dangerous areas in the orders that I issued in Malaso on 12th of March 2023. And that is Mukogodo Forest. And I can report we've made significant progress in removing the threat of bandits from that difficult area, but there is still work to be done. I have given firm instructions for a thorough combing of the Mukogodo forest in the next few hours. The forest, and therefore we don't expect members of the public of whatever description or we want to ensure Mukogodo forest is completely free and sealed off, and therefore we are upscaling our operation. Police reservice was critically injured by the fire of bandits. And we want to assure you that we have the best political goodwill to deliver our national security in a manner that every Kenyan is able to feel safe and secure in their own country. His Excellency the President has sent me greetings to the people of Laikipia, and I want all our officers in the field here, in the various categories, in various cadres, various ranks, to know that the government, under the leadership of President William Ruto, has made a conscious decision that we must ensure that all security agencies and public officials serve the people of Kenya fairly, efficiently, and without bias. And in particular, all public servants, including security officials, are instructed to keep away from partisan politics of whatever level and concentrate on the core mandate of delivering security as a public good, which must be delivered impartially, dispassionately, and for all the people of Kenya. The issue of the transaction of politics as its own players, we are not part of that process. There are other people, there are politicians from this side, the other side. They can do the political issues.